Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking Wonder Woman again, but before we do, let me get into some scripture. Psalms chapter 9 verses 1 and 2 says, I will praise you, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all your marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in you. I will sing praises to your name, O Most High. Now, before I go into the other two pieces of scripture, do you understand why we call the Lord Most High? We call him Most High because he's the highest thing that there is. He or she or whatever you want to call him. You see, something that bears up everything, that is the least of everything, the thing that's least thought about cognitively all day long, is usually the greatest thing and the most influential thing. The thing that's not seen or works in the background is probably the hardest working thing ever. And I say this just to say height, or what we esteem to be someone who is lofty and great, is not based on how popular opinion thinks of them. It's based on what they do. And if their task and responsibility is great, then they are the greatest. This is how you must look at it. So God is not lofty and powerful and exclusive and sits by himself and scolds and beats people. No. He's actively involved in your life right now. In everyone's life. And every living thing's life. In sustaining, keeping the balance, and continuing to allow things to be. So that's why we say, Oh Most High. And that's why we give praise. Now here, in Isaiah 40, we've been comparing Isaiah 47 and Isaiah 52. There's a little elaboration. Let me explain what I mean. So let's go with Isaiah 47, 6 and 7. This is speaking, the Lord is speaking here to the Babylonians, or the Babylonian Empire. It's a metaphor. Babylon was a great nation that ruled the entire world at a certain period of time. And God's chosen people were really selected to be able to rule the world. But some of them, instead of ruling, oppressed and borrowed things from the world and operated like the world does. What do I mean by the world? Anytime I say the world, I am really seriously just simply talking about people who focus on material things, and they focus on basically everyday things that are around them instead of on love and loving other people. So let me just get a little further into this. So Isaiah 47, 6 and 7 says, I was angry with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and give them into your hand, your being Babylon. You didn't show them any mercy. Upon the ancient you have very heavily laid your yoke, and the ancient being his people. You said, I shall be a lady forever. So you did not lay these things to your heart, and you did not remember the end of them. We go to Isaiah 52. This is what it says. We're going from verses 9 and 10. This time the Lord is speaking to Zion. Zion and Babylon are made up of the same people. These are both chosen people. Alright? Let's just go on. Now, when I say the same people, this is all written in a metaphor. Now, there was an actual Babylon, like I said before, and Israel was enslaved by an actual Babylon. But in this case, when we talk about Babylon, alright, so let me just break this down real quick. Babylon is a symbol for confusion. When you think of someone who babbles, they're rambling on and on about something, but they don't really have any focus. So we call that person a babbler. They talk a lot. Babel, the Tower of Babel, is called the Tower of Confusion because men were working at building a tower into heaven to meet unto God. It wasn't a real tower. It was, it was a high science kind of tower, spiritual tower as well. But the point is, God confused their language so they couldn't they didn't know what, they couldn't coordinate like they were doing before. And as a result of it, it's called the Tower of Babel or Babel. So Babylon is literally, the word literally means confusion. Okay? Zion or Sion actually represents the word for beloved. Alright? So you can use those words interchangeably to understand. Love helps you to focus in. Like I said, everything's about love here. So the Lord is now speaking to his beloved, or Zion. And he says, break forth into joy. This reminds me of Psalm 9 that I just read. Sing together, you waste places of Jerusalem. For the Lord will comfort his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. And basically, your watchmen shall lift up their voice, and with a voice together they shall sing, for they shall see eye to eye. See, in love, everything becomes plain and clear, and we're able to walk in a unison, in a unity, because our goals are the same. And it carries me back to Psalm 9, where it says, I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all your marvelous works. It's a marvelous thing to be saved, to be restored to the former glory that you were. So on one hand, you have the same people who are bent on destruction and oppression. And on the other hand, you have other people looking to liberate and free so many other people. You know, when I read The Matrix, or watched The Matrix, the movie, what really appealed to me, and it was very biblical as well, was the fact that this movie had restorative qualities in it. It talked about freeing our minds, and that we could be free as a people. In this world today, even now, a lot of people are oppressed and they're in bondage because of monetary constraints, etc. The world we live in is still very oppressive to a high degree. And we have to learn how to free our minds. And one of the most liberating things about love is it frees you to be able to move in a way that is best for you. So, I wanted to stress on that before going into Wonder Woman, because that's what Wonder Woman pretty much symbolizes. This is some beautiful art by Daniel Kordek. As you can see, his name is right in the corner here. And this is before Wonder Woman declares herself to the world. She's cloaked, and she walks around the world cloaked. I like how he captures the likeness of Gal Gadot. Again, the little beak is there. And so I just thought I would share this art with you guys. This is not so much as like Gal, but he didn't quite get the beak. But this one is. And the point anyway is that love, if you abide in the ways of love, which love is God, if you abide in that way where you care about other people and you're considerate about other people and their views on life and so on, you will rain praises on the Lord God. You will be glad and happy that you've been freed by love. You know, Sade always does these. Sade did some songs on the power of love and the soldier of love, and it's a very true thing. Here, Daniel also did these caricature photos here. This is Catwoman. This does have a semblance to Michelle Pfeiffer, which is really well done. This here is Harley Quinn. And again, this has a resemblance to the actor who played Harley Quinn. And this here is Poison Ivy. Irma Thurman. It does have some semblance to Irma Thurman. Okay? And I say this because I just found this art striking. So I wanted to share it with you guys. But there's much more I want to say. First of all, there's the gentleman named Wendell Vaughn. And he shows you that the comics and then live action, they actually have some parallels of the Wonder Woman in all of these iterations. So this here is the comic for Wonder Woman, and of course that's reflected in Linda Carter. Here we had more of a 90s Wonder Woman look, New 52. This was identified in Polinsky. And then we had here the Warrior Wonder Woman, which was identified in Gal Gadot. So I thought this was really awesome to show and share with you guys. But Wonder Woman, the qualities of Wonder Woman we see transcended in Gal Gadot's behavior. Even when she's not even acting as Wonder Woman, she behaves like Wonder Woman. We've highlighted this before, but nonetheless, you can see here Wonder Woman, he's able to actually capture it to show you that she really has an interest in the younger minds and inspiring and helping them to dream and believe. So it's really cool. And the little girl, she's wearing a Wonder Woman costume, which is just really awesome. Okay. So the transition from Batman v Superman to Justice League, we already said really the connective tissue here is Wonder Woman. Now what's pretty awesome about this is that you see here the guy who's the host of Comic-Con, he actually is taking pictures of everyone here, and I thought this was pretty awesome that this Comic-Con director, you can see him here taking a piece of history. So he's able to take the original Trinity and then here now the widened out Justice League. And as I said before, Wonder Woman is pretty much pivotal. She and Ben Affleck, or should I say Bruce Wayne, or should I say Batman, they are pivotal in securing these other members of the Justice League. Now originally we said that there were 3 mother boxes, an Earth mother box, which some people thought was actually linked to Cyborg. We have the Atlantean mother box, which is synonymous with Aquaman's realm, and we have the Themyscirian or Amazonian mother box, or at least the one stored in Amazon place, which we saw crack open and open that boom tube, which Diana and Diana's people, the Amazons, would be responsible for, which is why we saw Queen Hippolyta in the trailer. And so again, transition from Wonder Woman into Justice League, right? So here's Queen Hippolyta when she was interrogating Steve Trevor. You see her here when she was inquiring of her sister about Diana's training and giving her instructions as to what to do with Diana. And here we see her in Justice League, and she is the Queen. She looks a little bit different here. Each one of these things are different costumings, of course. But here she actually has the star. So I'm not too sure, what transition, if this is early on, if this is later on in the time span. I'm not too sure. We will find out. I think at the beginning of Justice League we'll know, because I'm pretty sure you're going to have some background to Doom's Darkseid visit on the Justice League. But also there are some parallels between Superman, Man of Steel, and Wonder Woman. Right? In Superman's world, he had a link with his mother as well. And you can see the quotes here, and again, this is from Wonder Woman. So Superman is saying, "The world's too big, Mom," and she says, "Then make it small." She helped him to focus as to what he would do. Whereas little Diana, again, informed by her mother, she wanted to fight. She wanted to, get out there and be like her mother, right? So she's like, "What if I promise to be careful?" And then her mother says, "Fighting does not make you a hero." So again, being shaped and informed by her mother, who was an experienced warrior of the Amazons, right? So there's a little parallel there between the two. Again, Wonder Woman showing a lot of parallels here. In the comics, we have this warrior Wonder Woman, and we see here the Trinity member here in the Justice League. We see the Flash, and in the comics you see him there, and you see him in the animation in the Justice League, and here he is here. And we have Batman from the comics, New 52 and Rebirth. We have Batman here, and we have him also This looks like Justice League War. It's pretty awesome. But Wonder Woman seems to always be sort of a part of a trinity. You know, these three are the ones that are going to go out and try and get the other members of the Justice League. Barry Allen is going to help Batman and Wonder Woman to do so. Alright. After he was recruited. Now, there's a little update here that I really need to talk about. The first thing is, yes, we had three major mother boxes. We have the human mother box, we have the Atlantean mother box, and we have the Amazonian mother box. And you see they're all related to different people. So you have the Amazons related, which is represented by Diana. You have the Atlanteans, which is represented by Azakuri, aka Aquaman. And you have Human and Mankind, is represented by the Flash. But Cyborg actually has a different mother box. Look at the mother box here. It's actually a different mother box. And clearly Cyborg did not take this mother box into him. Or if he did, then this is another set of technology here that Cyborg has. But I seriously believe this is a different mother box to the Humankind mother box. So either his father in Star Labs found a way to replicate some of the technology of the mother box, using some of the tech, I don't know, or he has a Humankind mother box and they were able to replicate the technology that way. I'm not too sure how that transpired, but Cyborg was rejuvenated by the mother box that he's holding in his hand there, which is parked up here as well. So the Justice League knows it has something to do with the mother boxes, which is very interesting. But this mother box seemed to have opened a gateway to allowing these forces of Darkseid to come to Earth. It's possible, and probably they've been on Earth for a while, even when BVS and Man of Steel was there. So I don't know. We'll find out more details on that. But the point is, this opens up the doorway to the other members of the Justice League, again, focused on Wonder Woman. We're focusing on Wonder Woman. So here she is. We saw her in the last trailer. And here she was tending to a statue. And what's very interesting is this statue is likened unto the God statue that we saw in Wonder Woman. So there's a direct, translation between Wonder Woman and how Diana is living today. We did that in another video. So here she is there, Wonder Woman. They call her Wonder Gal, which is really interesting. We have Batfleck, and you see he's, of course, the Batman here. You have, they calling him now Flezra instead of Flash and Ezra. So here he is. You see him, because he moves in different time zones, he's able to bend matter, and you saw him pretty much push his hand through a glass and see it break a certain way. You see him in here in full speed, full flight. They're calling Rayborg, which is very interesting. And Aquaman, Jason Momoa, they're calling him what? I don't know. I can't see the details, but it's really cool. Again, fan stuff. So here they are together, the members of the Justice League. We're missing Superman. We're missing the Green Lantern. Who knows? Supergirl may pop up. Maybe even Martian Manhunter. We don't know. I don't know how many characters we'll see in this movie, actually. So it will be very interesting. But I like that Ray, he shows that he loves Zack Snyder, which is really cool. And you see here, this is at Comic-Con, actually. They were all at Comic-Con and they took this photo, which is really cool. So here you have the members of the Justice League, and I like what Wonder Vaughn says here, how you hold tryouts for new members and everybody shows up for the Justice League. And I have a strange feeling that though there are going to be 7 principal members of the Justice League will come together, there will be other members of the other superheroes that will soon join the league. I do believe that. So it's not going to be surprising if I guess like people are hinting Supergirl is actually the person that Alfred was speaking to. I was thinking about it because the red cape, you look at Batman watching this outfit, it doesn't look like Superman's outfit at all, but it does look Kryptonian. So I'm thinking Supergirl. Yeah, and that makes sense because Supergirl is in the television series CW. So why wouldn't she show up? And if you think about Superman Returns, a alien that was impersonating Supergirl came on the scene. So yeah, Supergirl, that's possible, right? Anyway, my point is, you see Wonder Woman throughout this entire catalog that I just showed you guys, and that's pivotal because Wonder Woman represents hope and liberty. Well, of course, love and liberty, not hope and liberty, love and liberty. And so it makes sense that she is a principal member there. Each member of the Justice League embodies a certain characteristic. So we'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, Wonder Woman transitioning from Wonder Woman to the Justice League should be awesome. The Justice League is no doubt going to be awesome. And if you guys want to leave any positive comments or you want me to do a video on anything else, just let me know. In the meantime, you guys have a great one.